regular session of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental is now called to order. Requesting everyone to please stand for the opening prayer to be led by Honorable Ana Cheryl Castro, followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and the provincial hymn.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of God, in the name of the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Gracious God, as we start this new year, 2026, we offer our thanks for the past year's blessings and challenges. We also ask for your guidance, wisdom, strength, and peace for the new year. As we gather today for our 30th regular session, help us engage in meaningful discussions, share our thoughts respectfully, and be considerate of one another. Continue to remind us that in everything we do and the things that we accomplish is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory of you, and for the service of the people of Davao Oriental. We ask these things in the name of Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kawilihan ng tanan, umahal na Davao Oriental, langit mo mapaway. Yang kabutayan, yang kapatagan, mayaman ay magandahay. Mas tihain pa kami kumanto, kami mo uli anikan mo.
Pleasant afternoon to the members of this august body. Good afternoon also to our SP Support Services Office, headed by our SP Secretary, Mr. Maximino Nazareno II. And here as acting secretary today, we have also our assistant department head of the SP Support Services Office, Ma'am Evangeline Plaza. And of course, to everyone inside the session hall, our friends from media, and our honored guests today for this session, once again, good afternoon. Madam Secretary, you may proceed with the roll call for the determination of our quorum.
The honorable members of this august chamber are requested to say aye as I call the roll. Honorable Maria Glenda Monetra Batgaita.
Aye.
Honorable Beverly M. Dayanan. Honorable Harold A. Montes. Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr., Honorable Ana Cheryl N. Castro, Honorable Elijah E. Palmahil, Honorable Daod V. Linsag, Honorable Stephen Paul L. Uy, Honorable Maria Lady Hope J. Macaira, Honorable John Erwin G. Montojo, Honorable Ruchi M. Ravelo, Honorable Jerome C. Dayanghirang, Honorable Joson Michael G. Dayanghirang, Honorable Eleuterio C. Manaytay, Honorable Shanin C. Lintugunan, Honorable Presiding Officer, there are 11 members of this August Chamber present, including Your Honor.
Okay, considering that we have mustered a quorum for today's regular session, we can now proceed with the items in the order of business. What is the next item, Madam Secretary?
Next item in the order of business is reading and consideration of the minutes, Journal of Proceedings of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental, taken during the 29th regular session held on January 21, 2025 at the SP Session Hall, Government Center, Dahican City of Mati, Davao Oriental.
I believe all members were furnished copies of the said minutes and Journal of Proceedings. So what is now the pleasure of the body? Yes, Honorable Board Member Lipardo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Maayong hapon sa atong tanan. Before I'll be moving for the adoption of our minutes as well as the journal of the 21st regular session or the 29th regular session held last January 21, may I request from the members if they have any correction or any amendment or proposal for correction in the minutes or in the journal, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, are there any proposed amendments or corrections to the said minutes or Journal of Proceedings? There is none. You may proceed, Honorable Lipardo.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I therefore move for the adoption of our 29th regular session held as January 21, 2026, the minutes as well as the journal thereof. I do so move.
There was a motion for the adoption of the minutes and the Journal of Proceedings of the 29th regular session held January 21, 2025 on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said minutes is hereby adopted by this council. Next item.
Next item is privilege hour.
We are now under privilege R. Are there any other members who would like to avail of the privilege R? None. We now proceed to the next item.
Next item is question hour.
You may proceed, Madam Secretary.
Under question hour, we have here with us now Engineer Hisosa C. Timbang and her company, Provincial Government Department Head, PDRRM Officer, Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, and Mr. Erwin Carlo A. Alcano and Company, Private Sector Representative, Dorso Board of Regents, President, Davao Region Investors Association, City of Mati. They are here to present the 911 Mobile Respond and Rescue app for this August body and everybody here present today to be updated on this type of technology.
I believe our guests are already inside the session hall, and in order to accommodate our guests, may request our Committee Chair on Rules and Privilege, Honorable Lipardo, for the suspension of the House rules.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. For us to properly recognize our guests for today, I move for the suspension of the House rules. And may I know where the visitors would be taking the podium that they will be using? The podium that is in front. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, so there was already a motion for the suspension of the House rules on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Who will be the first guest to present today, Madam Secretary?
The first list here is Engineer Hisosa C. Timbang, Your Honor.
We will now have Engineer Jesusa Timbang, or the representative from your office, for
Onji,
your presentation.
Onji Makatabog.
Sir Onji.
Yes, Mr. Onji Makatao. Honorable Chair, before anything else, before we would like to recognize and or acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Joson Michael G. Dayanghirang. That's for record purposes of attendance to session. Thank you.
Okay, duly noted. Please take note.
And Sini G. Somebody to assist. I-assist G. Okay na.
Hello.
You may proceed. You know.
To our presiding officer, Honorable Glenda Rabat Gaita, and to all the members of this August body, maayong hapon sa tanan. In behalf of our provincial DRM officer, Engineer Jesus Atimbang, so I was tasked to present about our Davao Oriental PDRMO Integrated Disaster Management System or the PIDMS. So to start with, during atong July 1, no, nga pag take over ni Gov, no, as part sa yahang 10-point agenda, no, as you can see, no, ang iyahang push is layunin natin bumuo na matatag na mga komunidad na may sapat na kaalaman, handa sa anumang panganib at maagap na pagtugon. So gusto ni Gov nga mag-invest into having a resilient communities, no, nga informed sa tanang mga hazards or risks present sa community, and at the same time to ensure there's a prompt response during eventualities. So by this, diri ni gawas ang kaning atuang ang amua sa office namo, no, the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office Integrated Disaster Management System or the PIDMS, no. As overview for the system, no, this is a comprehensive disaster management solution, no, wherein the system is an integrated platform designed to enhance the province disaster preparedness, response, and recovery capabilities through modern technology and real-time information management. So for this system, from delayed reporting, no, kay tungod kinahanglan pa magkuha pag mga data, no, fragmented communication kay daghan pa og agian na networks para mag-report, and manual data collection, no. So from that one to the system wherein instant incident reports from citizens, real-time coordination among local government units and government agencies, and data-driven decisions since natay isulod ng mga data, no, sa atuang system. Another is the 24/7 availability means disaster won't wait for office hours, no. Of course, 24/7 man ang mga opisina, but at the same time, the warnings, the response actions from other agencies, no, it should also be 24/7 available. And lastly, no, for the dashboard, there are 6 user dashboards wherein each dashboard is different, no? So kada stakeholders sees exactly what they need, no? For example, si barangay, iyahalang barangay iyang makita, di na makita ang ubang barangay. Si munisipyo, iyahalang po munisipyo nga dashboard ang iyang makita, no? And under na yang barangay. So there is no information overload for every dashboard. Now for the components of this project, so there are 3, no? One is the public-facing mobile application. So doon na kita'y app, no? Mobile app, no? Although wala pa siya kanang name, no? For the app, but we have the app, no? Which empowers citizens, no? To report incidents. Muna atong ginakuan nga principle nga every individual is a sensor. So kung makakita siya nga na flooding, mo report siya nga na flooding up to what extent, no? So yung ana nga concept. And then sa ato ang mobile app, no, na access to emergency of information like hotline numbers, no? Napod tay capable siya to locate evacuation centers nearby sa iyaha mismo and receive real-time alerts, no? So this is available for iOS and Android. Another component is a web-based dashboard, no? Role-specific command centers for the PDRMO, municipalities, barangays, and sectors of the council. So itong mga user dashboard, no? To manage operations, track resources, and coordinate response efforts. And lastly, the back-end or back-end management and integration system. So data management, so daghang mga data nga panguhaon to the ground, no? Para i-feed nato diri sa system nato, alerting systems, no? Relief distribution tracking, and integration with the Pag-asa, FIVOX, and other critical external systems, no? So for this one, no, information flows seamlessly, no? Citizens reports to mobile, then appears in kung ang community mo report, automatically ang report sa community mo appear na siya sa dashboard ni province, ni barangay kung asa siya dapit nag-report o sa munisipyo. So automatically makita sa LGU, then the coordination will happen, then the response actions dayon, no? So dili na siya mo take of time, no? Each component, no, serves a distinct purpose. But also they work as one ecosystem, no, ka-integrated tanan. So for the mobile app, no, it is a citizen-focused disaster preparedness and response tool, no. Core features ani actually ano lang po, this one is the concept of the office. This is the need of the office, no. Monitong amo ang at least gusto namo nga naa sa amo ang software, no. For the core features, no, do na incident reporting with GPS and photos. This is to prevent or avoid ka ng mga prank reporting, no? Real-time alerts and advisories, evacuation locator, emergency hotline directory, disaster preparedness IEC, content library. So dito makita mga videos how to duck, cover, and hold, unsay buhaton kung naisunog, unsay buhaton aron makalikay og leptospirosis during flooding. So mo na at the same time, do na siya offline functionality. Kay dili magyutanan sa tibok probinsya, one, do na signal gyutanan, dili tanan. At the same time, dili po tanan at the same time na load, no? So na offline functionality. And then external integration such as the Pag-asa weather alerts, the FIVOX, seismic data, the National and Regional DERM Council, no? Notifications, the Google Map navigation, and at the same time the push notifications. So for example, no, a citizen sees flooding on their street, takes photo, reports via app with GPS. Now the PDRMO, the MDRMO, and the BLGU sees it immediately on the map, coordinates to appropriate agencies, and dispatch response teams, no. Now for the Pag-asa or sa FIVOX, no, the Pag-asa issues typhoon warning, automatically pushed to all app users in affected areas within 30 seconds, no? So gikan sa Pag-asa mismo down to the every household na sa tanang na app or app users, no? And then during power outage, no, offline maps still help people find the nearest evacuation center. Yun. Then for the user dashboards, no, role-specific dashboards, no, this is a tailored fit interface for every level of response and sectors, no. Number one, first dashboard is the PDRMO OPSEN dashboard, no. So this is the command bridge, no, sees everything happening across the province, no. So kung naay mga reports, automatically makita ni probinsya, no, na yung mga incident reporting information, no, the evacuation status, kung na yung mga evacuations, so automatically ma-reflect na sa OPSEN dashboard. Now for the IMT and the EOC, no, so the IMT uses the ICS mga forms, no, so na-apply po siya dito sa system, no. Also the IMT organization, no, objectives tracker, task management, resource status. For the EOC, inventory management, stock tracking, expiry alerts if ever, and movement logs. Another dashboard is the municipality or the city dashboard, wherein local incidents management, no, reporting, barangay monitoring, evacuation centers, alert drafting, and data management. At the same time, same gihapon siya sa barangay dashboard. And lastly, there is a PDRMC members, no? So sector-specific views, resource request, coordination tools, and data management. So for the municipal barangay dashboards, no, there's a local autonomy with provincial visibility. No? There's a real-time situational awareness at all levels simultaneously. Then for the municipal dashboard, this shows the mayor, mamakita dayon sa mayor, no, ang status sa iyang jurisdiction instantly. Then for the sectoral council members, no, sees only relevant information for their sector, such as the health sector, the infrastructure, social welfare, etc. So this supports informed decision-making at every level of the government. Another part po sa software namo is comprehensive data management. So population data, CBMS. So masulod diri tanan, household registry, individual records, vulnerability profiling, data privacy controls, no? So another is the infrastructure and other elements, no? Kato mga elements at risk, tanan i-assess nato to, isulod gyapon nato sa system. Hazard mapping, geohazard zones, susceptibility at all levels, and risk population identification. And lastly, the disaster incident records. So with this, the comprehensive data management, dati, we are aware nga naibaha at this barangay, no? Atong practice karon. Pero with this system, masudlan na nato siya og data, we know exactly how many are probably affected, asa sila pwede i-evacuate, unsay ilahang immediate needs, no? Unsay immediate resources nga atong i-deliver, and what are the protocols nga pagabuhaton tungod sa IMT and the EOC. Another is the multi-channel alerting system. So, ang features ani, no, the SMS text blast integration, so mass text messaging to registered numbers, email notifications, so detailed advisories to email subscribers, in-app push notifications, real-time mobile alerts, no, and the social media notifications, immediate notifications for registered users, web dashboard alerts, immediate notification for logged-in users, and geographic targeting, no? Send alerts to specific municipalities or barangays, no? So, as multi-channel alerting system, no, the redundancy save lives, no? If mo fail ang SMS, then might be the email works or the social media platform na access, no? If mobile data is down, the text might go through the no? And then geographic targeting, no? So for geographic targeting, for example, ang mag-release si Pag-asa o heavy rainfall just for Baganga and Katiil, only Baganga and Katiil will receive the information, the alerts. So dili magpanik ang ubang probinsya, ang ubang munisipyo, ang ubang barangay, no? Another is kung si Municipality of Tarragona mo declare og class suspension due to heavy rains, then sa municipal level, mo send na sila og alerts nga naay class suspension, i-approve ni province, then ang makareceive lang pod is katong naalam pod sa munisipyo sa Tarragona. So dili na kinahanglan maapil pa ang ubang munisipyo or barangays, no? And then ang target namo for the multi-channel alerting system or ang gusto kong tanang mahitabo is 30-second delivery target, no? From the release of the alerts from the national level, 30 seconds automatically ma-send na siya sa tanang users or ma-receive na siya sa tanang users within 1 minute. So ana kapaspas, we're cutting the regional down to the barangay nga agian pa sa information but national to the household level or user level, no? And then at the same time, no, template management. So kung naay mga special information, so naanay mga pre-approved message for rapid deployment during emergencies, no? So this is a one system, multiple channels, no? And then at the same time, ma-measure po nato or maihap nato, matrack nato ang delivery and accountability kung pila na kabuok ang nakadawat o pila kabuok atong gipadala ng mga informations. Another is the external system integration. So, as you can see, no, Pag-asa integration, PBOX, kung yung mga earthquake information or advisories, tsunami advisories, no, and SMS gateway, no, for the text blast, and additional services, no, email service, maps, integration of the national and regional alerts, no, real-time synchronization. Logistical management, no, transparent and accountable aid distribution. So there are key features, no, relief operation management, beneficiary registration. Since na naman tayo data management dito, kabalo na ta sa mga pila ka tao, pila ka household, pila ka families. So automatically beneficiary registration, relief item tracking, distribution recording, and of course, duplicate prevention, no? As this promotes accountability such as tungod kay na complete audit trail, distribution reports, photo documentations, beneficiary verification, and we have the real-time dashboard. Actually, this kind of kining system kanisya is na-practice na nato sa province during the earthquake, no? Mapansin ninyo if namoy na-facilitate na mga relief or mga aids gi-forward sa province, na mo receive dito ang taga-GSO, i-ask niya pila ka buok, unsay type, pila kantidad, i-register na system. Automatically, real-time makita na sa tanang agencies, and kung mo decide nga ihatag ni dito sa Tarragona, automatically, ang kanisya ng mga relief goods, mo indicate po asa nahatag, pilay nahatag, no? So, ingon ana po. Another is, of course, the PDRMO internal operations. So, streamlined office management. We recognize, no, nga kulang yun mi og tao sa opisina, no? So, dako kay ni nga tabang sa MUA is to streamline the office management using the system. So, some or the highlights of the this part or module, no, is the training management, wherein ma-present ang training schedules, inventory sa mga participants, no? Track the attendance, generate certificates, report generation, automated na ang atuang situational reports, after activity reports, no? Customizable templates ni siya in compliance gihapon sa national, no, and regional na mga templates, no? Asset inventory and management, and the financial tracking, no? So before, or current na mo ginabuhat is usually, you know, Excel spreadsheets sa atuang inventory, sa atuang participants registry, no? Mag-produce mo yung manual reports, no? And kinahanglan pa na mo research through files, no? With the system, no, automatic na, automated ng reports, centralized ang data, no? One click access to all information, no? So sa MUA pod na mga personnel sa office, no, we have less time on paperwork but more time on actual disaster preparedness activities. Automated reports generation, no, and the document templates with auto population, no, for makakuan gid siya dako siya tabang nga para mapasayon, no, ang amuang trabaho. Same time for this financial tracking, no, automatic real-time fund monitoring, no, prevents over obligation, no, transparent tracking shows fund utilization to stakeholders, and automated reports reduce preparation time. Another, kani siya, it's more of the back end na siya nga part katong third component is the performance and reliability standard, no. Mo gid dili sa ingon nga aspirations namo ni siya nga standard, but mo ni ang amuang requirement for the app, for the software, no. System uptime 99.5% minimum availability. Response time 95% sa katong sa Pag-asa, sa PHIVOX ug other agencies nga integration. Concurrent users support for at least 500 web users and 5,000 mobile users simultaneously. Ang concern man gud namo especially sa mobile app is sa mga wala pay kakulian, no, kanang mga peacetime, walay problema, smooth ang system. But during na ay linog, na ay bagyo, everyone wants to access information. So basin na flooding dito sa system, sa server, muhinay or mudown atong server. So kinahanglan nga ma-ensure sa developer or sa supplier nga kani gyud at least kani ang requirement is ma-support sa ato ang server during ma-award siya if ever, no. At the same time, alert speed, no, delivered within 30 seconds of broadcast. And of course, backup, daily automated backups with 30-day retention, no? And then for cybersecurity, no? So protecting critical disaster management data, no? So daghan na mo kasagaran, ginahack ang mga systems, no? So this is our minimum requirement, no, for the compliance standards and security features. And then for the expected benefits and impact for this project, no, one is faster response, no. So minute saves equals life saved, no. The system ang mahitabo report, then automatic makita sa dashboard, then immediate dispatch or coordination. For better coordination, no, everyone works from the same information. So pareha tanan og information. Like last year, during the paghatag sa reports sa katong mga affected families of the earthquake, no, nag-question ang national or ang regional nganong dako kayo ang gi-report nga figures of affected population versus sa CBMS nga national nga CBMS nga data. So ingon ana, so with this one makakandak ta og data gathering, ma-feed nato sa system. Now everyone will work with the same information, no. Data-driven decisions, of course, no. This replaces the guesswork with facts, no. Transparency, no, kay natin mga tracking sa tong funding, sa mga aids, sa mga relief operations na tracking, no. So this build public trust sa ato ang government. And then citizen empowerment, no. Residents are partners, no. So they can report, access information, find help, and it's a two-way feedback. So ato gyapon sila i-monitor if nanabay hinabang ni abot, no. And then institutional memory. We learn from every disaster, no. So historical data shows patterns, trends, no. So naay lessons learned for future preparedness and responses. So again, no, this is under the gobyernong nagkakaisa para sa ligtas na Davao Oriental Disaster Preparedness Program, no? The provincial PDRMO Integrated Disaster Management System or the PIDMS, building resilient communities through technology, no? So this is about the people, not just the technology. One integrated platform replaces the fragmented manual processes, no? So invest in safety, efficiency, and accountability. So again, in behalf of our provincial DRRM officer, Engineer Jesus Timbang, Onji Makatabog po, Chief sa Research and Planning, o daghang salamat sa oras nga inyong gigahin para sa amuang presentation. Thank you kaayo.
Okay, thank you, sir. Are there any questions, clarification coming from the members before we can excuse our guest and cater to the next guest? Yes, Honorable Rochi Ravelo, you have the floor.
Okay, mic test. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer, the Honorable Vice Governor Glenda Rabat-Gaita, our Secretary Staff, Honorable colleagues of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, our resource persons, today, all other guests, good afternoon. Madam Presiding Officer, if the August body would allow, may we consider have the next presenter present, and then altogether after all the presentations we'll be asking questions, because these are two related presentations. Well, the other one is on iReady and this one is on the mobile app. So we better have these presentations done first, and then we entertain questions if the honorable colleagues of this 18th Council would allow. Thank you.
Okay, if there's no objection to the suggestion of Honorable Rochi Ravelo, we will first have the second guest for his presentation, and then after which we'll open the floor for any queries, clarification coming from the members. We will now first excuse our first guest and give the floor to the next guest.
Mr. Irvin Carlo A. Alcano.
Mr. Elcano, you now have the floor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to our Honorable Vice Governor, Ma'am Glenda Rabat-Gaita, who happens to have the same name with my beautiful wife, Glenda, to the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental, to our Secretary, to our resource person, to our PDRRMO. I think and I believe I was excited to present because I believe when you ask for it and you pray for it, ang bilis lang sa Davao Oriental. Kaka-present nyo pa lang, may solusyon na po tayo. I am Irvin Carlo Alcano, and I will present to you the 911 mobile app respond and rescue system that answers all the dreams of our PDRRMO. Para kaming nag-usap, pero hindi po kami nag-usap ni Sir at ng mga staff ng PDRRMO. Pero nakausap na namin si Gov at ibang mga members. Taga-Mati lang po ako. I'm a graduate of Davao Oriental State College of Science and Technology before. And now Dorso. Taga-Panamin, Mati Davao Oriental, graduate po kong Matiao National High School and ML Journey Elementary. And I'm very proud to bring to you guys here some of the good news. Isang good news ito. But before that, allow me to tell you, this morning I meeting with in City Admin Andrada. I have here some people from Manila. Binitbit ko dito yan because nakilala ko sa Manila, they are already opening so many pharmacies accredited with PhilHealth and Yakap and Gamot, namimigay ng gamot worth 20,000 per person, nagkakandak ng laboratory services 1.7, walang bayad kahit piso. Pero sa atin wala tayong nakikita. That's why we brought them here. Please, Miss Lian, stand up. From the VidaCure, minention po yan ni PBBM during his last SONA na ito yung isa sa mga companies na pwede na pong mamigay ng libreng gamot from PhilHealth. So Vice Gov, Glenda and I brought them here para maglagay ng mga branches sa atin dito. Para mga taga Davao Oriental, 590,000 of us can start avail the 20,000 free medicines per year, courtesy of PhilHealth for free. Hindi po natin napakinabangan, 2020 pa po ang healthcare bill. Pero ngayon po, pwede natin mapakinabangan. Thank you very much, Ms. Lian. Ang pinaka-importante, sa lahat po ng sinabi ni Sir kanina, ito po yung kasagutan. Number one, the 911 mobile app is actually patented na po namin yan sa Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines up to 2067 because it started 2017 and we were given a protection of 50 years. Which means, if we will use this system anywhere in the world, because this is under IPOP, pwede nilang gawin sa labas ng Pilipinas but they cannot register it because patent is first to file. Labanan niya ng first to file. In the Philippines, wala na talaga pong ibang pwede. Only our company. So ano to? Before we start with the discussion of the app, allow me to share one story na alam ko you can relate. Because this one daughter ng isang parent, kapatid ng isang sister or brother, apo ng lolo't lola, could be our relative, our friend, or our neighbor. May isang estudyante, 19 years old, who happens to be a schoolmate of our daughter. 19 years old, umuwi ng Tagum, scholar ng UP. Umuwi lang po para magbakasyon. Sinaksak po ng 38 times in Tagum City. Nahuli na yung 3, pang-4 nahuli sa Davao. Anong rason? Bakit siya sinaksak ng 38 times? Kasi daw nagising at sumigaw at natakot silang mahuli, mga minor. Sinaksak nila ng 38 times hanggang mamatay. Bakit hindi nakatawag ng tulong yung bata instead of shouting, instead of calling the attention of these people, mga criminals? Anong naging kulang? Anong naging gap? Let us learn a story of Sofia at i-apply natin dito sa pag-uusapang 911 Mobile Response or Rescue App and to answer the needs of our PDRRMO. Now, this 911 Mobile Response and Rescue App could have been used by Sofia to call for help. Kasi naabutan po si Sofia sa kwarto nila, patay na. Wala na talagang buhay. So kung meron lang sanang existing ng 911 app, ilang seconds kaya ang kailangan ni Sofia to ask for help? At ilang seconds para malaman ng CDRRMO ng Tagum na may nangangailangan ng tulong? We will see everything later. So meron po tayong direct SOS activation, real-time location sharing, just like what you want. Family link notification, this is an additional feature. Faster responder dispatch, and direct communication, everything that Sir Engineer has mentioned earlier. Now, doon sa sinabi ni Sir that you need a push notification, you also need an email notification, you also need a text blast notification, we also have that. But the main purpose of us, bakit meron tayong reverse 911, is we want to fight fake news. Umabot na po yan sa Congress, ang labanan hanggang sa Senado. And they resulted to having many proposals to fight fake news. Pag nasa social media yan, TikTok, Facebook, pwedeng fake news yan. Pero kung meron ng 911 Davao Oriental app na nandun lahat ng features na gusto ng PDRRMO at nagpadala ng notification, alam nyong hindi fake news because this notification will only come from PDRRMO, MDRRMO, or your mayor or governor's office. Kasi hindi siya sa social media lalabas. Tulad nito, may announcement. Huwag daw dumaan dito sa ganitong oras kasi mag-host ng marathon ang Mati. Ganitong oras lang mag-open. So alam ng mga tao na totoo. Merong warning for bomb threat, merong rainfall warning, merong earthquake warning, merong baha warning. Alam nyong hindi siya fake news. Because this will be a push notification for everyone na merong na-download na 911 Davao Oriental app. Lahat din ng balita na gusto nyong malaman ng mga tao, ayuda distribution, PWD distribution, senior citizen program, lahat yan, mga free vaccination, pwede nyo nang i-announce without having the fear that it could be a fake news. Because this is a notification for all users, free of download, not limited to 5,000, just like what I have shown in the slide earlier. Even millions of users, we can accommodate in this app because our server is Amazon in Singapore. It cannot be easily hacked. We are compliant with the ICT. And we can accommodate millions of users. Wala pong problema doon. Now, meron tayong user registration. Just like when you download your Food Panda, you download your Grab, you download your TikTok, your Facebook, you put your username. You put your name, your profile. So it's the same here. When they download the 911 Davao Oriental app, they will put everything, all their details. Bakit importante ito? Na-mention ni Sir kanina. Para maiwasan ang prank calls. Because that's the problem of having a telco-based 911 na hindi mo alam sino yung tumatawag. Pwedeng gumamit lang ng payphone, tapos prank call, hindi mo malocate. Hindi mo rin alam kung sino. Pero dito, alam mo sino yung gumagamit. Just like when you order food sa Food Panda. Just like when you order a taxi through Uber and Grab. Hindi ka na-interviewin ng driver, hindi ka interviewin ng rider, but they know who you are and they know your location without you telling them. That's the importance of having a user registration na feature sa app natin. Pangalawa, Meron tayong user directory. May bumisita sa Davao Oriental. Gusto niyang malaman sa ang nearest hospital, clinic, police station, and fire station. They just need to download the Davao Oriental app and check the directory. Pag gustong magpa-check up, bibigyan siya ng nearest path kung saan siya pupunta. Is this a feature that's something new to us? No! Matagal na si Waze. Matagal na si Google Map. Tinweak lang natin na para pang respond and rescue lang talaga. So, eto, meron to na feature. Why? Why is this important? Bakit gusto namin na isa na lang? 911 Davao Oriental app na lang ang nasa cellphone natin. Kasi ito po yung current situation natin in Davao Oriental. Can you imagine how many hotline numbers do we have? Kahit isa sa atin dito, can you tell me these numbers? Kung nasaan kayo sa Davao Oriental, kung nasa Boston ako, can you memorize this na ito tatawagan mo? Nasa Katiil ka, nasa Baganga ka, nasa Caraga ka, nasa Manay ka, Manay-Banay, Govjen, San Isidro, Lupon, Tarragona. Not even the people living in this place memorize all these numbers. Dito tayo sa Mati, can you memorize all these numbers? Ang dami nating hotline numbers, pinopost natin to sa mga resorts. Na para pag may turista, alam nila kung anong tatawagan o kahit mga local citizens natin. But if we have a simple one app na nasa cellphone, na yun lang ang itatap, alam mo, makakatawag ka ng tulong sa PDRRMO, sa CD at sa MDRRMO, kung sino nag-ooperate ng system natin. Hindi lang siya app, it's a whole system. We can even integrate the existing system of our CD and PDRRMO. Isang number, isang app na lang po. 911 Davao Oriental. At isipin nyo naman to, hindi lang dahil dinownload mo ng app for your own purpose. You can use it to report an emergency, to report a crime. Exactly what has been mentioned earlier. May baha, gusto mong i-report. Gusto mo picture lang, gusto mo video lang, may GPS location. Send mo sa command center. Hindi kailangan ikaw ang nasa emergency. May nakita kang kotse na stranded. Pili ka na lang. Just like when you book your Grab car. Pili ka, Grab taxi, 4-seater, 7-seater, or premium taxi. Dito, you just choose. Do you need medical, police, fire truck, or rescue? Then you choose one, tapon mo sa command center, alam na nila anong kailangan mo at saan mo kailangan yan. Because every time you take a picture using the app, yung GPS location nakalagay. Yung video mo, GPS location nakalagay. Hindi mo na kailangang i-describe sa command center. So this is exactly what we need here in Davao Oriental. May dinagdag kaming feature, which is very important because we are a family-oriented community here. Meron tayong family link. Maraming lalaki ayaw to, pero maraming nanay gusto to. Lahat ng members ng pamilya na nag-download ng app, yung pamilya mo, kunyari, may nag-push notification, may bomb threat sa madang public market. God forbid, sample lang. Tiningnan mo kagad ang app mo, lahat ng anak mo nasa school, ang asawa mo nasa work niya. So wala kang fear because you know the real-time location. Pero nakita mo, isang anak mo, tumatakbo, sumakay ng tricycle, tumatakbo ang app niya or ang icon niya, palapit sa palengke, tawagan mo na. May bomb threat dyan, umalis ka. So this is a very important feature to keep our family members safe and we know where they are real time. Now, is this a feature that's something new? No! Matagal na si Lifestyle 360. Nilagay lang namin, so imagine this. This is an app that we combine many beautiful apps in the world. Lifestyle 360, the Waze, the Google Map, the Grab, the Uber, the Food Panda, the Lazada, the Shopee, lahat ng mga features nila, nilagay natin na para gamitin lang sa respond and rescue. It's just a matter of tweaking. Kaya kahit anong feature meron na or system, hardwares or software, meron si PDRRMO, we can integrate it. Mag-uusap lang ang IT namin at IT nila. Kaya nating hanapan ng solusyon yan. Next, ang common problem pa ng mga command centers na maraming telephone, landline, magri-ring. Pag may tumawag na for example dito may sunog sa airport, tatawag itong 10. Lahat ng 10 telephones magri-ring. Kayo ng mga operators, kailangan sagutin nyo yan lahat because you don't know ano yan na emergency. Pero pag nasa 911 mobile app tayo, pag ang location ng tumatawag ng tulong, the same location ng nauna, AI generation na po tayo. Pag na-identify niya, papadalan sila ng message. If you are calling for the fire incident at Davao Airport, this is already attended by our BFP personnel. We will update you once the fire is already under control and extinguished. Thank you for your concern. So you don't need to answer 50 calls na alam mo naman sa isang location lang. So AI na tayo, pakinabangan natin ng technology. We're already in 2026. So this is really something that we can utilize here in the province. Now, ito pa. Nasabihan ko nito si Gov. Had it been, meron na tayong 911 Davao Oriental app. Nagkalindol at bumisita si President Bongbong, bumisita ang Department of Finance, bumisita ang DILG. Ang daming pumunta dito, DSWD. At nakita nila na meron tayong 911 Davao Oriental system na may mapping ng lahat ng nabiktima ng lindol humihingi ng tulong. Isang command center, malaking screen. Tatayo lang lahat ng leaders. Saan bang may pinakamaraming affected na tumawag ng tulong? So we will have prioritization of relief operations. Na pag may dumating na NGO, private company, or kabilang LGU tutulong, you know where to send them and prioritize the areas with so many affected population. We can distribute our resources, we can allocate location of affected population, at specified po ang names of affected families. Kasi when you downloaded the app, you put your name. So when you ask for help, your exact location and your name will be reflected in the command center. At ito pa, bakit nilagay namin to? What if, tinulungan nyo to lahat, pero 3 pamilya lang dito ang may cellphone? Mamimiss natin yan kung walang app. Why? Hindi natin alam na may affected families pala dyan. May nakita ko sa Facebook, pick up, tumulong nung lumindol dito. Nagulat sila pag on ng headlight, ang dami palang tao doon. Ang dala nila, isang pick up lang na tubig, nag-short. Had it been, we have been organized in sending relief operations, hindi pick up ang pupuntahin mo dito. Truck. Dito, truck. Ito pwedeng pick up. Ito pwede siguro 2-3 pick up. So you will have your proper allocation of your resources and relief operations kung meron tayo dito na system. Now, I'll show you the comparison. Isipin nyo to ha. That's why I'm very excited for this because puro po taga Davao Oriental ang may-ari ng system, ng app. At gusto ko sana na dito tayo mauna. Kaka-launch lang po namin ito na app, 10 years in the making. Kahit Amerika natin i-compare, this is an actual 911 emergency call in USA. The owner is Welsh Ambulance, YouTube page. Pwede nyo makita to. Ito ang actual 911 call sa US.
What's the rest of the emergency? Hello? Can you just get someone to come here and check my mummy, please? Okay. What your address is? Okay. Is mummy there? Yes, she's on the floor. On the floor. Okay.
Balik ko ha. Anong sabi ng bata dyan?
The emergency.
Tinanong, what's the emergency?
Can you just get someone to come
Hingi ng tulong. Mama daw niya.
my mummy, please?
Anong unang tanong ng operator? What's your address? The traditional command center needs to ask the name, the type of emergency, your location, and it will take usually 2 to 3 minutes just to get this information. US na po yan. Now what if ang senaryo mo katulad kay Sofia kanina? May magnanakaw sa loob, nagising ka. Instead of shouting, may pwedeng gawin si Sofia. Tulad ng batang to, na may pumasok sa bahay nila, siya lang mag-isa. Anong gagawin mo? Tatawag ka ng 911, sasabihin mo sa operator, may magnanakaw dito? Paano kung inatake ka ng asthma? Paano kung nag-cardiac arrest? Paano kung may magnanakaw, sa harap mo, nagtago ka lang sa likod ng kurtina? Magsasalita ka talaga? Just like this boy.
Courage, and as you said, some quick thinking by grabbing a landline phone and calling for help as the intruders came barging into his family's home in Miami Beach.
Please hurry. Okay, I need your phone number. Please hurry. Okay, are you there?
Tingnan mo ang bata. Alone.
You can hear the
Saan siya?
in his voice, an 11-year-old boy fighting his overwhelming fear as he calls 911 from a closet.
From a closet po, nagtago yung bata. Natatakot. Kumuha ng landline na wireless. Tumawag ng 911. Paano kung narinig siya? The risk is very high na mahuli at mapatay yung bata. Because you need to talk or speak. Now, what if meron na tayong 911 Davao Oriental app? Anong pinagkaiba? Ito yung app ng civilian, ito yung app ng responder. Ibig sabihin po, 2 apps ang gagamitin dito. Sa civilian, tayo mga users, meron tayong app na downloadable for free. Lahat ng responders, ambulansya, fire truck, barangay, health worker, kung sino man ang mga responders nila, police, rescuers, lahat yan, meron din silang sariling app at meron silang sariling hardware na gagamitin because they will be like a rider in Foodpanda, they will be like a driver in Grab, na sila yung mag-a-accept pag tinapon sa kanila ni command center. But the question is this, meron tayong tinatawag na platinum hour. Si Sofia, kung merong 911 tagum, ilang seconds pala ang kailangan niya para humingi ng tulong? Take a look at this. Ito yung sa civilian app, ito yung sa responder app. Ilang seconds ang participation ni citizen? Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos na. In 4 seconds, tinap lang niya yung emergency, tinap niya yung kailangan kong tulong, bitawan mo na ang phone mo, in a matter of 4 seconds, makikita na sa responder na merong humihingi ng tulong. Makikita sa command center. Now, ilang seconds ang buong cycle? Simula nung tumawag ng tulong si civilian, hanggang tinanggap ni command center, hanggang may responder na nag-react or nagtumanggap. Ilang seconds? Nag-click ang civilian, loading, tinanggap ng command center, nakita niya ang details ng civilian at address, naghanap siya ng responder na malapit sa location ni civilian, may pinili siyang isa. Tinapon ni command center ang utos papunta sa responder. Mag-a-alarm ang responder, tatanggapin niya. Pagkatanggap niya, boom, labas sa screen ng dalawa. In a matter of 25 seconds, si civilian nakita na niya na meron ng tumanggap na responder. Si command center alam niyang tinanggap na responder. At si responder alam na niya saan siya papunta, sino ang nandun, anong type of emergency, at saan ang nearest path in a matter of 25 seconds. Not even 1 minute just to tell your address and your name. Not even 2 to 3 minutes. 25 seconds. We need this kind of system to make our response and rescue faster and reliable and more accurate. Si command center naman, alam na niya na mayroong tumanggap na responder, mamomonitor niya, hindi na tawag ng tawag, saan ka na? Ilang oras ka makakarating doon? Wala nang ganun. Because everything will be monitored. Now, si command center naman, na-mention din to kanina, you want to have your data. Lahat po ng data may web CMS tayo. We can use your web CMS. Walang problema. We can integrate everything. Pero lahat ng responders nyo, lahat ng type of calls na natanggap, sinong mga tumawag, summary ng responder, ng police, pati po yung nangyari kung saan dumaan, summary ng report kung gagamitin sa mga court hearings, lahat po yan. Meron tayong report. We can use your system or you can use our system, your software, our software, your hardware, our hardware. We can integrate everything. Why? Data is power. If we have the data, we can use it for provincial planning, for distribution of resources, for preparedness, and for accountability. Come to think of it, kunyari, nag-report ngayon ang PDRRMO, Gob, may 1,000 robberies po na nangyari for the past 6 months. Pero alam nyo po, sa data natin sa command center, 8 to 10 p.m. po siya nangyari at 80% dalawang barangay lang. Eh ngayon, kung 3 lang ang police car mo sa munisipyo na yan, ilalagay mo pa ba yung ibang patrol car sa mga barangay na walang masyadong crime? Lagay mo doon sa dalawang barangay, 8 to 10 p.m. So you will really have direction in your resources. Hindi suntok sa puwan ng police visibility mo. Because you know, na 8 to 10 p.m., 80% of this 1,000, dalawang barangay lang. Now, for example, may 500 road accidents dyan sa harap ng provincial hospital. Tapos 90% involves pedestrian, tricycle at tao, motor at tao, bus at tao, van at tao. Anong programang gagawin mo? E di maglagay ka ng overpass. So your projects now will be driven by data. Hindi yung magpa-project ka, maghahanap ka ng data. This bill will be utilized by the province. What if merong 100 fire incidents? Tapos 2 lang ang fire truck sa munisipyo na yan. 3 nga, pero ang isa hindi na nagfa-function. Then maybe the province need to allocate additional fire truck to this municipality. So this is very useful and powerful. Now sa tanong, ano bang command center ang kaya naming itayo? Traditional lang ba tulad ng 911 at MMDA command center? Hindi po. Modern na tayo. Again, we are selling here a modern technology. So what we will offer to you is a very modern command center. Yung modules na nakikita nyo dyan, hindi po yan AI generated. Totoong modules yan. Pinuntahan na namin ang mga fabricators yan at planta niyan kung saan yan nabibili. Sila yung nagsusupply sa mga airports. Ito po yung magiging major command center natin sa province. This is how it would look like na pag bumisita dito, God forbid, meron na naman tayong calamity, ito po ang makikita nilang mga data lahat ng mga bibisita. You don't need to go on-site just to identify what is happening on the field. Pwede na pong makita dito lahat. Sa mga maliliit naman, munisipyo, this is the normal scenarios. Mga small command centers, may dalawang screen, may computer. Tayo po, hindi. Gawin nating modern. Kasi modern na ang panahon eh. Sayang naman, hindi natin pakinabangan. May mga modern na po tayong mga gamit. Pwede rin tayong mag-container van kung walang building ang munisipyo or sira yung kanyang MDRRMO building. Pwede tayong mag-independent. Pwede rin tayong mag-mobile. Kung gusto nyong paalis-alis ang command center natin, pupunta sa iba't ibang munisipyo, ganyan ang loob. We can supply and we can do it. Same system, same functioning system. At meron tayong redundancy of power. Namatay na lahat ng linya ni Dureco. Na-off na lahat ng kuryente nyo sa bahay. Na-off na lahat ng opisina ng gobyerno. Ang command center buhay pa. Because our first power is main grid, second is solar PV system na hybrid, and third is genset. Why? There are two important things during calamities, signal and power. So last tayong mawawalan ng kuryente. And our signal tatlo din. May satellite-based, merong wire-based, merong wireless-based. So tayo ang last mawawalan ng internet at last mawawalan ng kuryente. Alam natin concern sa budget. Most of the time, pinakamalaki sa education. But come to think of it, sa disaster prevention and mitigation, alam nyo to kasi sa inyong budget, 57% po yan. That's source po niyan, PSA. Yan yung ginagawa ng mga LGU, Government Expenditure and Disaster. And sabi ng NDRRMC, 70% of the 5% of LGU's yearly estimated revenue should go to disaster prevention. That is why if we really want to have a disaster prevention program na modern, adapted to the modern technology, this is the way to go. Bakit? Kawawa po ang Pilipinas. The Philippines crime rate and resiliency, alam niyo po bang sa report, ang sabi, meron daw 342,000 crime rates noong 2024 sa Philippines. But you know, NCRPO said, 60% daw ng mga crimes hindi nare-report. Maraming suntukan dyan, maraming saksakan dyan, hindi na nakakarating sa PDRRMO, hindi na nakakarating sa police. Why? People are afraid. Walang nag-report. So ibig sabihin po, yung 342,000 na crimes reported, meron pa pong 513,000 unreported. Kaya nga ang Pilipinas, pang number 25 tayo sa criminality score out of 193 countries. Pero sa resilience po, kulela tayo pang 124. At ang reason yan, alam din ng pulis. Sabi ni PNP, kasi masyado tayong reliable sa forces ng PNP. Wala po tayong civil society. Walang joint activities with civil society. Now, let us empower the people of Davao Oriental. We are composed of 590,000 population here. Sabihin natin 50% lang ang may cellphone. Imagine 95,000. Taga Davao Oriental may hawak na cellphone na may 911 mobile app na tutulong sa gobyerno to report crimes, tutulong sa gobyerno to report emergencies, tutulong sa gobyerno para malaman natin saan kailangan ng tulong ng mga tao. By just simply having this 911 mobile response and rescue app with integrated system sa command center, available in Apple and Google Play. So I would like to challenge Davao Oriental. We badly need it now. Nothing more than today, nothing more than this year, because alam natin ang sitwasyon ng Davao Oriental. Wala sa Manila po ang inaantay na big quake. 200 years na ang ating fault line. 400 years. And it will rupture anytime. That's why we really need to have our system para maging prepared tayo sa mga emergencies. And we need it now. Thank you very much po, and we're open for question and answer.
Thank you, Mr. Carlo. We now open the floor for any questions, clarifications from the members. Yes, Honorable Diana, you raise your hand. You now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Honorable Presiding Officer. And thank you to our presenters and to my distinguished colleagues and everyone in attendance. Thank you and good afternoon to all of you. You know, we really appreciate your presentation. As you know, technology is now our way of life. We cannot do without it. However, as a legislators, it is incumbent upon us that this platform that you sought as a solution is legally grounded, operationally reliable, accessible to all communities, and most especially accountable to the public that we seek to serve. So, Madam Presiding Officer, I have only 10 questions prepared for this to ensure that everything is really as relevant and significant as it is. Must be tackled by us now. So, number one question is, under what specific law or executive issuance is this 911 emergency response app is being implemented? And how does this legally integrates with the existing national 911 or Davao hotlines 911 under the DILG and LGU's way? Yes.
Okay, thank you very much po. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you very much po, board member, for that very nice question. Number one, we don't need any law or executive order to make an app, just like all other apps in the Philippines. And we are not directly related or in contradict with the existing 911 of Davao and the 911 of the ILG and PNP, because they are all telco-based.
All right.
We are an app-based or data-based app. So we just simply complied with all the requirements of the ICT of coming up with an app. And of course, we have registered in SEC and also the registration of IPO field. Because one of the strictest guidelines for you to be accredited with IPO field, pag na-accredit po dyan at binigay nilang certification, ibig sabihin you complied with everything. Because this is not just looking about local laws. We are talking about international laws. Actually, ang in-expect ko pong mas mabigat na question is, how do we answer the data privacy law? Kasi yan po yung mga maraming question legally sa mga apps na katulad namin. But when it comes to executive orders, we don't need it. We don't need a law. We don't need an ordinance. We don't need...
Yes, that's right. You're really
bill.
right on that one,
Yes,
because my next question is, how does the app ensure compliance with the Data Privacy Act, especially in handling sensitive personal, medical, and locations data of the citizens in distress?
Yes po. Thank you very much again. Ang pinaka nilabanan lang ng legal team namin way back 2015 when we started developing this app is the governing law, which is isa lang po yan, Data Privacy Act of 2012, known as the Data Privacy Act or DPA. Ito lang po ang pinaka-primary framework ng law na kailangan may comply. At ito lang po ang pinakomply nila sa amin. Number one, pag nag-require daw po tayo ng user registration sa mga users ng app, dapat lang may lawful processing. Una, may consent. Yan po yung pag nag-download kayo. Hindi lang app namin. Hindi pa naman kayo naka-download ng app namin eh. Sinunod lang po namin ang ginawa ng ibang mga apps na nagpaparegister. Matagal na si Facebook, matagal na si TikTok, matagal na si Shopee, si Lazada, si Grab, si Uber. As long as you have the consent, kaya nga meron diyang I agree. Kahit hindi na natin binabasa, lahat naman yung nilalagay namin doon, legally bounded kami doon. Because the ICT is reading this. Maybe we are not reading it. So lawful processing, consent requirement, you should really agree that you gave all your data. Transparency and notice, saan lang, hanggang saan ang limitation sa paggamit ng data na kinukuha natin. In this case, this will only be utilized by the PDRMO, even in the Davao Oriental level only. That's why we need your consent. And that's the last. That's only 3 major things that the law requires any app company if we will require user registration.
Yes,
TikTok.
okay. Thank you for that. That this app intends to supplement or replace our existing municipal hotlines, the ones that you presented a while ago.
Very good. Thank you very much. This is not intended to replace any existing system. This is actually to supplement and improve the existing system. Just like what I have been saying a while ago, that we can integrate whatever system that you have para maging app-based na tayo. Because real time, walang kahit isang munisipyo o ang buong probinsya na may app intended for respond and rescue. Yes, we have the dream. Yes, we have the desire as presented earlier. But it is not yet happening. And we are the answer to integrate our app para po maging totoo na app-based na talaga ang ating respond and rescue.
Okay, thank you. But who exercises the command responsibility once the emergency is reported through the app? And which agency is ultimately accountable if response is delayed or fails?
Yun, very good. Thank you po. Balik ako sa Q&A kasi hindi yan nakalagay dito. Pag ang isang entity, just like the province, procure our app, ang may-ari na po automatic ang coding bibigay namin sa kung sinong mag-operate, which in this case, I believe it will be operated by PDRRMO. Why? Because the common LGU practices, parallel po ang pulis, parallel ang ambulansya or hospital, parallel dyan ang Bureau of Fire. Para bang kailangan mong tawagan isa-isa. Kaya nga ang mga hotline nyo isa-isa. Unlike pag meron kayong central command center, na siya yung magtatawag at magde-designate kung sino yung magre-responde, sa kanila lahat ang data mapupunta. If we will suggest, this is not yet your setup. So to directly answer, whoever will be assigned or whatever setup that will be established in the province through the initiative 10-point agenda of governor, yun po ang magiging responsible, including the taking care of the data that will be gathered from the users.
Yeah. Okay. You know, Davao Oriental, we are composed of mostly remote communities. They are in the far-flung areas, communities. Now, how does your app function in areas with weak signal, power interruptions, especially these times, or limited internet access, particularly, in I said the rural and the geographically isolated communities?
Thank you po again for the question. Pin-repair po namin yan because that's a common question sa amin. Paano po yung signal limitation? Let me answer it indirectly this way. There is no single service in the world that is being availed 100% of the population. In the Philippines, basic need ang electricity. But sad to say, in Davao Oriental, we have more than 400 CTOs na walang kuryente. Which means, there's no single service in the world that is being availed by 100% of the population. Now, just like in this case, we might only serve those people na may cellphone, na smart, na may data. Will you agree with me if I will tell you that maybe 50% of people of Davao Oriental may kuryente, may cellphone? Or maybe we reduce it to 30%? If we will use 30% of 590,000 population, then we have more than 90,000 Davao Oriental people na tutulong sa gobyerno to report crimes. But if we will use the data of 50%, we will have 295,000 marites. Kasi ang Pilipino, likas na marites, bago tumulong, magpipicture, magvi-video. So this time, we will maximize that attitude, but for the better. So hindi pala siya masamang ugali. Pag merong emergency, take a picture, take a video, throw it to the command center. They know where it is, request police for medical, for fire, for rescue, and pupunta dun ang mga responders natin.
All right. On areas of abuse and misuse of the app or this emergency response system, what concrete measures are in place to prevent misuse, prank alerts, or false reporting without discouraging legitimate emergency calls?
Yes. Thank you again. Ang isa sa pinakamagandang feature ng may mga apps na may user registration is kahit si Davao na may 911 telco-based, ang dami po nilang prank calls in one day. Tatawag sa telephone, payphone, pagparating ng pulis, titingnan ng tumawag, pero hindi niya sasabihin siya yun. Gusto lang niya makita kung meron ba talagang pupunta. So that's prank calls. That's exactly the problem that we're trying to solve. Because if you will be asked to register your name and even certify that you are really a citizen and you are really human being by the system, just like other apps, then matatakot po siguro kayo. Why? May sanction po ang prank calls. It's just like a bomb joke in the airport. May sanction po kasi you will be wasting government resources na may pupunta sa'yo, nakita yung location mo, nakita ang GPS mo, nakita pangalan mo, tapos prank pala. So it means po, talagang ma-sanction siya. Whether you have your local ordinance or we will use the national law, they will really be sanctions for people who are creating these prank calls that will really waste government
Yeah.
resources.
So do you seek to have this app procured by our province, including development, especially maintenance, cybersecurity, trainings, etc.? Yes?
Yes po. Actually, we have given the proposal since last August 2025 because we're looking forward that the budget setting will happen in you by October 15 of the previous year. That's why hinabol namin na ma-present before October. And yes, our intention, number one intention, is for you to have the control of the system, control of the entire system
No, wait,
and the app.
I'm
So
asking
you will
about-
procure it. Yes. Our
Yeah.
first intention is for the province to procure.
Yes.
And all
To
the
procure.
development tasks and even training your IT people here, we will do it for you.
Maintenance and all this and all that, yes.
In the
How
packet,
much do you
yes.
think this costs?
Sige, pakita ko na lang.
Yeah, of
Ganda po
course.
yun nun. Ganda po nun. The package 1, ito po yung pinadala namin August 15. Gov, when we first offered this, of course, through our provincial administrator, General Niembra. Ang offer po namin, dalawa. Package 1 is may one main command center kayo at merong 11 mini command centers sa mga munisipyo at sa isang city. Ibig sabihin, dito sa province, ito. Sa mga munisipyo, ito. Para tulad nung gustong mangyari ni PDRRMO, na lahat ng data sa taong to, sa barangay na to, sa munisipyo na to, sa kanila lang din mapupunta yung information. Hindi kailangan madisturbo yung ibang probinsya at ibang munisipyo at ibang barangay. So pwede po ito. This is an 85 million package. But, there's a big but. But this is assuming you started from scratch. It means wala talaga kayong kahit isang computer, wala kayong software, wala kayong hardware, wala kayong lamesa, wala kayong upuan, wala kayong magagamit or anything. Any existing equipment, monitors, computers, tables, chairs, furnitures, fixtures that you have, we will deduct it to the total cost. Package 2 is this. Merong main command center. Tulad nung kanina, isa lang. Pero lahat ng munisipyo, walang mini command center, but all their responders will be under the main command center in the province. So yung mga munisipyo nyo po, responders lang. Ibig sabihin, kung may nagtapon ng tulong ngayon, humingi ng tulong taga Buston, natapon sa PDRRMO, ang paparesponde ni command center, ang mga responders ng Buston. Pag may tumawag sa GovGen, ang tatapunan ni command center, responder from GovGen. And this is just a 45 million package.
Okay, I hear you. Right. Now, it's up to our good governor to decide on this matter. But my last question,
Yes,
8 lang ha, ika-8. However, in the event of this, in the event that this app fails, especially during life-threatening emergency, who bears the responsibility and what remedies are available to the affected citizen?
Okay. When we made this app, it is actually based on the actual operations of 911 Davao. Hindi po ito imaginary lang na umupo kami sa isang kwarto tapos nag-isip kami ng features. We sent 10 IT guys sa 911 Davao for 1 year and develop an app based on their actual protocols. Now, there are some factors that will lead to the failure of the response and rescue. Ang direct sagot po doon is, depende naman po siguro kung saan ang failure. Number one failure could be nawalan, tulad po nung nakita natin sa Facebook, tumawag si President Bongbong, si General Torre sa Mati na PNP. Biglang naputol yung tawag, nasa dahikan daw, kasi nag-brown out pala ang Dureco. Is it a failure of PNP? No. It is a brownout problem. So, pwede ba nating pagalitan si General Torre at yung pulis na sumagot? No. So, it depends po on the variable or factor that caused the failure of the response and rescue. But, marami pong factors. Ang pulis hindi nakarating. Ang sasakyan nasira.
Yeah, we all have the variables we
Yes,
can think around. However, at the end of the day, since this is about life-saving platform, my question is, overall, who gets to take the responsibility?
Okay. Pagdating po siguro dyan, ang maybe what you meant to say is, what if hindi yung mga variable na external? Really about the functionality of the system. Okay. Ang direct sagot po doon is yung mga dalawang nag-uusap. Our company at yung operator ninyo sa province. Kasi we will not operate this if your IT guys and our IT guys know that it will fail. And in fact, this is not an experimental app. This is an app with features that are already present in so many apps that has been running for more than decades now. So it's just a matter of really implementing it correctly.
Okay, sige. We'll just
Apo.
cross the bridge when we get there, okay?
Yes.
Okay, dugay na kayo may. You know, we really support innovation. However, innovation must comes with safeguards, transparency, and above all, a clear command of responsibility. As I said, the lives of our people demands nothing less. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Diana. Are there any other members who would like to make further clarifications, queries to the guests that we have today? Are there any more questions, clarifications? I believe we are now through with our guest. That was quite a very good presentation. Tama, yes, Board Member Rochi Ravelo, you were raising your hand. You now have the floor.
Okay, good afternoon. I don't know if I missed some of the parts of the presentation, but I wouldn't like this presentations be done without me asking this question. First is, how does we source these informations coming from the government agencies, and or are will we be able to the users' reports? How are we going to manage it and pass it through the other users, like those in the municipalities and the city?
Yeah. We don't need to reinvent po whatever the policies that you have inside. Because I would presume, which is maybe 100% sure, that because you already have the presence of your PDRRMO, you already have your CD and MDRRMO, whatever processes that you are doing to take care of your data and even passing the data to different government agencies, we will just follow the same. Because this system will just automate everything. Will just make everything faster, smoother, and more reliable and efficient. But we will not dictate the process flow that you have internally. Whatever is already intact in your protocols and procedures, the app or the system will just follow whatever you have po.
Okay, thank you. Next is, how about those persons with disabilities? Pwede bang voice generated aside just from tapping the gadget, because that would help also. What if limbs, no? So pwede lang ba na voice generated lang?
Yes po. Actually, kahit anong features ang maisip nyo na wala dito. Ito lang po pinaka-basic. As I have mentioned, we designed the app through the 911 Davao Command Center because wala naman pong ibang 911 sa buong Pilipinas, Davao lang. So kaya doon namin ginawa ang app. Lahat ng features na nasa app ngayon is applicable to the operations of 911 Davao. Whatever features that you think should be added, of course, whatever IT guys will do, it will just be an additional cost. But if will be, kaya naman namin i-absorb at kayang gawin napaka-easy, walang additional cost on our part, we can add these features. But to directly answer that, that is very possible. And yes po, it can be done. Pwedeng face recognition, it's not new. Pwedeng thumbprint, it's not new. We can just put it in one of the features of the app if that will be required by Davao Oriental.
Okay, thank you. So to Sir Onji. Thank you, sir. With all the plans of the PDRMO, we have here Engineer Jesus Timbang. How will those data be useful in helping the province when it comes to the distribution of ayuda? Like if we have also the same app that is just being presented by Sir Alcano, unsa po nato na magamit na mapaspas ang ato ang pag-respond sa mga tao when giving ayudas. No kay mo gyud na. Bottom line is, okay, nahitabuan na ta. let's be practical, no? Nahitabuan na, nalinugan, nabahaan. Ang question dahil na sa mga tao na kino mo abuting kanami tabang, it's always the question, it's always that question. So with all the plans that you have, how these programs be able to help hasten the process?
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you, Board Ravilo. Again, sa among gi-present, system lang gitsara na, no? Even kang search system, app lang. If wala tayo ihatag nga data, wala gi ma-read pod niya, no? So, for the province, sa PDRMO, aside sa system, doon ay pagabuhaton nga project for the multi-hazard risk assessment, wherein this includes, as nakita ninyo kanina sa akong presentation, katong data management, no? So, mag-data gathering ta from the household for the CBMS, to the roads, bridges, inventory, to the inventory sa agriculture, inventory sa ato ang PWD, o other infrastructure, schools, i-inventory nato na, i-assess nato na, i-geotag nato na, i-sulod nato na system. So, i-overlay with all the hazards available. So, with this, let's say, naay signal number 1, no, or naay weather advisory for heavy rainfall, no, focusing on Katiil. So with that, since nanay data nga nakuha sa Katiil, no, tanan from the vulnerabilities, tanan housing, so makita na nato kung pila tanan ang possible affected population. So at the same time, makaprepare ta kung pila ang atong angay iandam ng mga relief goods or unsa na mga resources ang kinahanglan. At the same time, we're aiming also, since mag-data gathering ta, mag-CBMS ta, we would also push for the murag mag-QR code per household para mas paspas, efficient ang during relief distribution, identification sa every families and household.
Okay, thank you. Taking off from that CBMS, I believe that that program is already funded during the time of the first Governor Nelson Dayang-Hirang's administration. I think it was in 2019, and then in 2022 it was already approved and I think being awarded to a certain supplier. Why do we have to do it again when we already have that? We spent around 25 million, if I am not mistaken. Then why are we not going to utilize it? Or do we already have the result of that CBMS that is being awarded to a certain supplier which we don't know? Anong kinahanglan pa punta mag-CBMS? Because that will be an additional costing of whatever is the plan with regards to that I-ready.
Madam Chair, ang purpose nato sa pagkanda ng CBMS, at the same time, ang atong CBMS last 2022 cost around 50 million pesos. 25 million pesos gi-source out sa big ticket project, then 25 million gi-source out sa local germ fund. Since 2022 pa ito nag-data gathering, so 2026 na taron and moving forward, so kinahanglan na nato i-update, no, ang atuan data sa mga household, no, sa mga families, no, so kinahanglan nato siya i-update. Although nanatay initial data, kinahanglan pagyapon ta mag-gather, no, for updating purposes and for planning purposes po.
Yes, I understand, Sir Onji, no? There's a process, procurement process, data gathering process. Now we're going to spend again, we'll allocate again a big amount of money for that when we were not able to utilize those data. So may we know if we already have the result of that CBMS, the first phase? I thought it was just 25 million, but hearing from you, it is 50 million in fact. So may we know where's the output or the result of that CBMS, so that when we implement this I-ready that you have been planning to implement for the province of Davao Oriental, that portion of having that CBMS as a part of the program or the project will be removed. So it will be a lot less for the province to invest on, because let's not just look at it as an expense, but this is an investment now for the province. So is there already an output presented or given to your office with regards to that CBMS?
Madam Chair, so far po, wala pa mi nakuha ng mga data for the results sa CBMS, and I think it's request, no, based lang sa request, no. So since currently for the office wala pa man ning system, no, so amo pa siyang ginahinayog request ang mga raw data for this purpose para eventually og ma-award na ning project, so na may data nga masulod for the CBMS like na module.
Okay, so I think, Madam Presiding Officer, that's one thing that we also have to ask as to where's the result of that CBMS, because 50 million is 50 million, no? So, and again, we're looking at this iReady, this CBMS to be that useful in this plan of having this iReady. And even if we're going to use this 911 app, no, the Davao Oriental 911 app, if we're going to have it procured by the province of Davao Oriental, no, if the governor so decides, we'll have that data already, so that will be taken out again as the part of the cost of this application. So I'm looking at that, no. So I think we also have to know from the executive branch as to who's the may I know, ma'am, what office is the one in charge with regards to the CBMS? So for this reason, Madam Presiding Officer, we invite the responsible office, the Provincial Planning and Development Office, with regards to the output of the result of the CBMS study being procured by the province since 2022, because we'll be doing again the same now, another amount to be allocated for that purpose. I think that's very costly. But of course, we do understand the need, no, to have that. But you know, as to for the purpose of moving forward with regards to this plan, I think that's going to be that useful for this program. So, sir, aside from those data, it could also be the primary data if you have it already. But since we own that, we procure that. That's a primary source of data. We just don't know the parameters of that CBMS, if it's only socio-economic study, or we include already other information necessary to come up with this app, no, like the hazard data that we need, no, in coming up with this. But we don't know the parameters of that CBMS. So that's very important for us to know as legislators, because we also could use that in coming up with our ordinances and resolutions, no, whether it be health, whether it be agriculture and other purpose, especially so with this topic. So, sir, while waiting for the result of that CBMS, how can this be, or both, no, for Sir Carlo and for Sir Onji, can this app be participatory app in the sense of the users sharing their info for it to be used by this app, whether at the command centers, be it be the city disaster or the provincial disaster risk reduction management office, or eventually, if we're going to procure this app, be used again by the Davao Oriental 911 app. Katong ang mga tao ba, like Vital Pulano, Juan de la Cruz coming from Saragossa, Manay, no? So, nasa sa coastline. So, naatay Davao Oriental ay ready. Iya habang ma-download sa iyahang phone. And then siya na mo input ang iyahang balay dinhi, iya lang i-picturean, daplin sa dagat or duol sa pangpang, picturean niya, i-upload niya, send niya dito. So, the data is already generated with the GPS around. Can that be possible with those plans that you have now in the PDRRMO?
Sir, disclaimer, dili ko IT, sir, ha. Pero yung pabitaw nila sa mga IT is, if you can imagine it, they can build it. So, that's possible. Sa ingon anak po. That's possible.
Okay, thank you. Sir Carlos.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That's a very good question. You can actually weaponize this app in a good way. Weaponize usually negative yan eh. You can weaponize this app for you to get those information that you want, because we will do it legally. User registration is not something new, and it's not illegal in the Philippines. In fact, in the world, because many apps have been utilized anywhere else in the world. if you want to add information in some other areas, especially those categorized as hazardous, that's why you need to add additional requirement, which is taking picture of the house, by all means you can do that. That's just a matter of having your resolutions here that it will be approved so as not to violate any law. But the basic information of a citizen in Davao Oriental, which includes the name, the address, and even some of the information of the health, their choice, because it's optional. They can even put their blood type para kung may emergency, kahit tulog siya, alam nung responder anong blood type niyan. Kung kailangan niya na lagyan ng dugo, hindi na nagtatanong pwedeng lagyan, basta verified yung blood type niya. So any information that you would want to capture and adapt, you don't need to spend another 50 million just to get this. Just get the app and all this information will be at your table and will be utilized by the PDRA by just simply getting our 911 Davao Oriental app. That's it. All this information, you don't need to spend. It is already integrated and we can have this served to your table kung kailangan nyo yung mga information. Of course, kayo na bahala paano nyo i-process yung information at kung sinong hawak na information. But my key message is this. By just simply acquiring this 911 Davao Oriental app, which you will own. If you procure it, we will not own it. The coding will be given to the IT guys of the PDRRMO. Any information that you get, kayo lang po ang may control. Wala kaming control doon. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Madam Chair, I have this information coming the Provincial Planning and Development Coordinator. They're just waiting for the result. You will be able to present it to us anytime soon as we'll be able to receive the result. It's just that it's still with validation of the Philippine Statistics Authority. In fact, during the visit of the USEC of the National Anti-Poverty Commission, they requested also that the same data will be sent to us ASAP. So that's the information, so we don't need to invite as soon as they will be informing us, they will communicate with us that they're now ready to present the CBMS results. So thank you for the information. Thank you, Engineer Jesus Timbang, Sir Onji Makatabog, and Sir Ervin Agcal. That is all, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Rochi Ravelo. Are there any other members? Yes, Board Member Harold Montes, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to each and everyone. Good afternoon sa ato ang mga resource speaker. Nindot ang presentation because, you know, preparedness is always a priority, especially on government service, no? Dapat prepared ang province, LGU, sa tanan nga mga untowards incidents nga mahitabo in the future. But sa karon nga panahon, ang development sa software and all is easily na sa ato ang mga kamot. And you know, software development is dili na siya ingon ngunana kasayon. Dili ngunana kadali. Kinahanglan na siya og management, maintenance, and even the database and the servers, no? Because if we're going to buy an app and ang handling sa database nga mokalitlag ka offline, especially kung dili na to controlled ang database, igo na lang ta sa app. But we cannot push through all the data padulong dito sa database. So, muna na siya kalisod. To Sir Carlo Alcano, we know what company ang nag-produce niining ato ang 911 health app, sir.
Okay, historically, when we started to build this app way back 2015 through Mayor Duterte for us to send 10 IT guys in the 911 command center, the owner of the app is AUSPEX, AUSPEX. That's the original company name that we put way back 2015 that asked permission sa 911 command center. But here comes when we finished the development of the app for almost 2 years, and we allowed Davao City to use the app for 3 years. Actually, pinagamit namin to sa Davao. Pero hindi namin siya massively promoted. Why? Just like what you said, we need servers. And if you will have 1 million users, it means a minimum of 2 million pesos a month just for the server cost. that is why hindi namin siya massively promote. Pero nasa YouTube, nasa page ng 911 Davao, up to 10,000 users lang kami. Now here comes umabot ng pandemic at pinromote namin or ready na, hinog na ang app. After 10 years of development, hinog na ang app na pwede nang gamitin because we would like to make sure that the app is really working, the app is efficient, the app can serve according to how we designed it. So after 10 years, the new company now, the owner is MHF Solutions. So MHF Solutions na po ang registered owner nitong app which was originally owned by Ospex. So sa transition naman wala tayong problema doon. Of course, we complied with all the legal requirements and the SEC requirements and the registration requirements. And even the IPO field already knows the new owner of the app because when we registered in 2017, the owner is still Ospex. Now it's already MHF Solutions.
Okay, thank you. Aside from na katong gitrial siya sa 911 Davao, aduna pa ba yung mga local government, it's either the provincial or municipal na test run or nag-avail sa inyong service?
Okay, just like what I have described earlier, thank you very much. Last July, ang pinaka-official month namin that we started promoting this app to different LGUs, dito pa lang muna sa Mindanao. We presented it to 5 different provinces kasi hinahabol nga namin yung October 15 ninyo na budget setting deadline para sa budget this year. Because we don't expect na pag pinresent namin ng July, you will procure it by August, hindi naman kasali sa annual budget nyo yun, maliban na lang kung may excess kayo. But, to be frankly honest with it, ang gusto ko talagang mauna si Davao Oriental kasi taga dito ako. I would like this Davao Oriental to be the first na pag bumisita dito ang mga national leaders, magugulat sila si Davao Oriental, may ganitong system, may ganitong command center, may ganitong app, may ganitong data gathering na hindi nakikita sa national office. Why? Because the inventor of this app or the owners of this app are from Davao Oriental. We should be the first to utilize it. But if hindi talaga siya ma-procure muna ng Davao Oriental, actually po we have 4 other provinces who are ready to procure it. Hindi naman din something na away sa akin because South Cotabato is still my second home. I'm from Jensen already. And Davao City is also my third home. And Sarangani is near my second home. So may nakaabang pong mag-procure. They are just really complying with all the requirements now. Their PDRRMO is preparing for the procurement of our app and their governor's office. But honestly, I would like Davao Oriental to be first. Kasi again, taga dito ako eh. Pero kung hindi talaga siya pwede and you would want other areas to go first, by all means, you can wait for them to launch and let us see how they will be happy and be satisfied of how this app can help with the respond and rescue. Ang sa tingin ko lang po kasi talaga, board, we should not wait for these others to try it. Why? Tayo yung nasa area na nasa fault line eh. Not South Cotabato, not Sarangani, not Agusan del Norte, not North Cotabato and Davao del Sur. It's Davao Oriental. So maybe pagdating ng time, maalala nyo po itsura ko, ako mismo, na meron tayong calamity, na sana na-set up na natin to and our respond and rescue could have been faster, easier, reliable, and efficient kung na-set up na natin to. Just like what I've told Governor na kung bago bumisita si President Bongbong na set up na maganda sana talaga ang impact. We can even be a model in the entire Philippines. Davao Oriental is the first province in the Philippines na may ganitong na-implement na system.
Yeah, thank you. Pareha sa uban company, while dagko naman gito sila, not really related to the 911 or disaster companies. Naa sila yung mga kanang ginatawag na to nga trial program. Let's say, bisan good siya o dili lang siya ingon nga kamogyod mismo ang mag-install, let the IT guy of the province to install it and maybe somehow for 1 month for trial base and to appreciate if kung unsa gid siya go work and all and na yung mga ngunana naba mo yung mga ngunana nga promotion sir,
okay,
para ma-appreciate sa ato ang taga provincial personnel.
It's like a dry run or the testing period. Actually po in-offer ko yan. I told Gov na Gov, kung talagang wala pa kayong budget and you would like us to have this system bago pa mangyari ang next talindol, God forbid, or any next calamity to hit Davao Oriental, we can even operate it on our own and the province will just be on a basis of paying the services. You don't buy the system, we implement the system, pero hindi kami maglalagay ng permanent structure. We will put here a mobile command center. The mobile command center will be operated by our company. and you will just acquire of our or get the services para matest run nyo if it will really run, it will function according to what functionalities that we have presented para wala pang malaking investment. And then if you are satisfied with the 1 month or 2 months testing period, then that's the time you're gonna procure. We are willing to do that just because we are very confident that we can prove what we have done for the 10 years that it will really function.
Yeah, and I think it's a way better kung una na ang process. Ma-appreciate na to ang functionality, reliability, the data handling, tanan nga features nga imuhang present. And
Yes,
plus,
singit ko
sir,
lang board ha, bago yan. Just like what we did in Davao City, when we ran this for 3 years, nirequest lang namin ang 911. Please don't reach 100,000 users.
Yeah.
Kasi iba na ang maintenance cost ng server nun.
Yeah,
Kung
yeah.
gagawin natin siyang free, just for the purposes of you testing it, if it will really function in the testing period and dry run, let's limit the number of users first.
Yes, of course, of course. And lastly, considering that the software development and all really cost that much, no, dako gid siya, the 85 million and the 45 million. You mentioned earlier na you will be providing the source code of the software to the provincial government. And I think it's good because really investing that big amount, mura na jud pod og kami mismo ang nagpa-develop sa software. Murag proprietary sa provincial government, if ever, na maka-decide the Honorable Governor and the whole provincial team na i-procure nato ang maong system. So, if in case, mahatag man mo source code, sir, no? And also, bisan pa og mahatag mo og source code, maka-assure ba og technical advice, warranties, and support sa atoang mga pag-trainon ng mga personnel para mo handle aning system development nato.
Thank you very much. 3 years, we will help you run the system kahit nasa inyo na ang source code. And within that 3 years, all your IT guys will be trained to handle it on your own after 3 years. So which means the training will be done on an actual operation for the first 3 years na kasali na sa package na binayaran ninyo.
Okay.
And after 3 years, you can run it on your own or you can continue to pay for our service to run the system for you. But if your IT guys are confident enough and you have hired an expert to run an app like this for your PDRRMO operations, then by all means, the system is really yours. After all, you bought it.
Okay, thank you.
But, may dagdag lang. But if you want customization, we have 2 options. Pag may idadagdag kayo na feature na hindi kaya ng app ng IT nyo, you can have our services do it or our IT team. But if kaya naman ninyo, since the source code is already yours, then you can have your own customization.
Yes, because that is really important because as you know, time change, no? And every time, maybe in the future, the features would not be applicable. So, if na ay source code ang province, the IT guy and the IT professionals can really code whatever features nga gusto idugang sa maong system. Yeah.
Yes po. Matututo po sigurado sila, Gov, for the 3 years na papatakbuhin namin na iti-train din namin sila for 3 years. Sana lang yung mga IT guys yung magtagal, hindi yung ipipirata na sa abroad kasi magaling na sa app management and app development.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Carlo.
Thank you po.
Sir Oji? The same question on the software development side. If ever, the 11 point something budget, and I know, dili na siya sa software development, package man to siya, appeal tong mga SMS Blaster and all. But ang pinaka naghatag o growth sa ato ang system is ang software yun. No? So, naman to yung mga sige, tawag na technical description nga gibutang nimo didto, specifically on the kung unsa ang software mo trabaho. Pakipangutanan na lang po sa system developer if maka-provide pa sila og system na gamiton or ihatag sa provincial government kay 11 million is 11 million, no? So kung kita po mo fund nga maghimo og software, pwede ra pud kaayo sa unana na amount. Pero mas maayo man tong tested na implement na sa uban nga mga munisipyo para dili na pud ta maglisod sa ato ang operation unya pohon pag makuha na ninyo ang mga software. So ipapangutanan lang ko, sir, kung appeal ba sa source code, sa cost, sa total cost sa kana nga system.
Thank you for the question. For the source code, apart sa mo ang terms of reference, no, since na naman siya sa back, ang ato ang procurement karon. So part na diha nga i-turn over sa tua ang source code sa software. At the same time, part sa warranty is still same gyapon kang sir nga 3 years ang warranty with continuing innovations, no. So part gyapon nato is syempre di man nato ma-perfect ang software in just one setting. Napagyapo yung mga mga changes, revisions, modifications nga gikinahanglan kay magbase man siya unsa atong panginahanglan, no. So part siya sa contract sa terms of reference is the continuing innovations for 3 years. So kung may changes,
Pwede
they will
siya.
do it for free, no. Same siguro gihapon atong ingon ni sir nga if dili makaya na or mo go beyond the scope na sa project, then that's the different na po. Lahi na po siya nga fee, no. Pero if within the lang siya scope sa project, then of course cover pa siya sa 3 years ng continuing innovations and trainings po sir sa mga personnel po namo sa office.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Vice.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Montes. Are there any other members who would like to ask clarifications from our guests? I believe we have already, we are through with the discussions and the queries. In behalf of the members of the Sangguniang, the 18th Sangguniang, we'd like to thank our guest. It was quite a very enlightening discussion. I know full well that the presentation of Mr. Carlo Alcano and also from the PDRRMO, you were stressing the need to improve the services so that we can reach our constituents faster in their times of need, right? And it's good to know that there is already such an app that can be accessed, can be utilized. As I know that this is just the start of something big. More discussions will need to be on the table so that we can, as you said, customization. It's the PDRRMO, I believe, who knows more based on the experiences you've had on the disasters and that we have already experienced. You would know what is much needed by the province, no? So with this, I think heads up lang ito for the Sangguniang. Anyway, once it is referred by the executive department, by the provincial governor, once all the discussions on your level is done, you've discussed all the nitty-gritty details of possible collaboration, of possibly working together, then at least hindi na ganun karami yung questions. We spent about more or less 2 hours in the discussion. That means everyone is very much interested, no? It is also for the best interest of our people na ma-improve din natin yung services. That was in the discussions before, no? When we had a meeting sa PDRRMO, and I'm glad to know that there's a possibility. But of course, we need to iron out the little details, no? I think it was all brought out by Board Member Montes, yung trial, there's a trial period, which is usually, ganun naman talaga ang ino-offer ng different apps, no? And I think si Board Rochi was mentioned earlier that the CBMS results will be reported, will be provided sa Sangguniang soonest. But that was 2022. That was still 2022, and the results are still not out. Ganun ba katagal ang CBMS? The verification process. By the time maglabas yan, there are already new datas on the field. So that's something we need to discuss about, no? With regards to how do we keep our datas updated in real time talaga on the ground. Kasi if that is how long we paid 50 million to get that data on the ground and it's 2026, it's no longer relevant. That data is no longer relevant at the moment. So I think that's one of the things we should discuss and consider also. That will also form part of the app, no? Once the province decides to procure that. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for your patience in answering all the questions, and then hopefully looking forward na when both parties reach an agreement, ready and willing lang naman ang Sangguniang to do our part in terms of when legislation is needed. So again, thank you. If there is no objection, just 3 minutes recess is declared. It's okay. May I ask the Madam Secretary if we still have other guests for today's regular session? None? So considering that we are already through with our guests, I would like to recognize Honorable Lipardo for the motion for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. It seems that we are not yet settled, Honorable Presiding Officer. At any rate, I would now be moving for the lifting of the suspension of the rules so that we can continue with our session proper. Time check, it's already 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, there was already a motion for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. What is the next item in the order of business, Madam Secretary?
Next item is first reading and referral to committees of proposed ordinances and proposed resolutions, none. Communications. First under communication is communication number 18-270-2026.
This is referred to the Committee on Cooperative and Livelihood.
Next is communication number 18-271-2026.
This is for the information of this august body.
Next is communication number 18-272-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Dangerous or Illegal Drugs.
Next is communication number 18-273-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriation, and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-274-2026.
This is referred to jointly referred to Committee on Health and Sanitation and the Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade, Industry, and Investment.
Next is communication number 18-275-2026.
Referred to Committee on Local Government.
Next is communication number 18-276-2026. This is certified as urgent by the Honorable Governor.
This is referred to Committee on Health and Sanitation, and since it is certified urgent, this will be discussed and tackled later under unassigned business suspended House rules after the conversion of the body into a committee as a whole.
Next is communication number 18-277-2026.
This is referred 277, right? Committee on Disaster Preparedness.
The Honorable Ravilo would like to manifest something for the inclusion of your committee report and the corresponding proposed resolution.
Honorable Ravelo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-171-2026 of the Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade and Industry and Investment that I would like to request from our honorable colleagues, of course, with the assistance of the chairman of the Committee on Rules, that this be included in the business for the day. Thank you.
Okay, if there is no objection from the members, Board Member Rochi Ravelo has requested that Committee Report number 18171-2026 will be included in the order of business today. So no objections were noted. Madam Secretary, please take note.
Noted, Your Honor. Next are petitions and memorials, none. Next is consideration of committee reports. First is Committee Report number 18-165-2026 by the Committee on Health and Sanitation.
Honorable Don Montojo is recognized for Committee Report number 18165-2026.
Sorry. Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-165-2026, filed by the Committee on Health and Sanitation, with the subject communication number 18-225-2025, a letter from Ms. Romilda A. Marquez, SB Secretary of the Municipality of Katiil, Davao Oriental, submitting for review Municipal Ordinance number 0407-11-2025, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Animal Bite Treatment Center under the Rural Health Unit of the Municipality of Katiil and providing funds thereof. And the second one on this same committee report is the communication number 18-232-2025, a letter from Ms. Irene D. Tinong, SB Secretary of the Municipality of Tarragona, Davao Oriental, submitting for review Municipal Ordinance number 34 S 2025, series of 2025, entitled An Ordinance officially naming the local government-owned health facility as the Tarragona Rural Health Unit, or TRHU, and defining its core and ancillary services. And Madam Presiding Officer, I believe everybody has a copy of the said committee report, and I would like to request that I forego of the reading of the whole committee report if the body would allow so.
You may proceed with the, I believe there's no objection from the members. You may proceed for the motion for its adoption.
Okay, so I now move for the adoption of this said committee report number 18-165-2026.
Okay, there was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-165-2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said committee report is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-166-2026 by the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources.
Honorable Lepardo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is Committee Report number 18-166, series of 2026, in relation to the communication number 18242-2025, a letter from Ms. Irene D. Tinong, Sangguniang Bayan Secretary of the Sangguniang Bayan of Tarragona, Davao Oriental, dated December 23, 2025, submitting Municipal Ordinance Number 26, Series of 2025, entitled An Ordinance Mandating the Provision of Separate and Clearly Marked clearly marked trash bins for proper garbage segregation in all establishments, businesses, private and government offices within the municipality of Tarragona, and providing penalties for violation thereof. We conducted in the committee a committee meeting last January 21, 2026 with the following findings and a recommendation. Honorable Presiding Officer, I will no longer be going through the findings, considering that a copy of this committee report was given to members of this August body yesterday or a day before our session, but with the recommendation that we pass a resolution confirming the validity of the aforesaid municipal ordinance. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I will now be moving for the acceptance of Committee Report 18-166 Series of 2026. I so move.
Okay, there was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-166, Series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said committee report is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-167-2026 by the Committee on Labor, Employment, Civil Service, and Human Resource Development.
Honorable Montes, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 167-2026, filed by the Committee on Labor, Civil Service, and Human Resource Development, dated January 28, 2026, with subject communication number 18-245-2026. It is a letter from Ms. Ana Victoria P. Mara, OIC Secretary of the City of Mati, Davao Oriental, dated December 26, 2025, forwarding City Ordinance number 660, Series of 2025, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Positions of 1 Executive Assistant 3, SG20, and 2 Security Officer 3, SG11, and 1 Security Officer 1, SG11, under the office of the City Mayor, this city. Action taken, the committee held a meeting on January 14, 2026 at the SP Session Hall, SP Building, the Hican City of Mati, Davao Oriental, right after the regular session, to confirm matters pertaining to above subject referred communication. Present during the meeting is his representation as the chair and the rest of the members of the committee. Findings: the said communication was received by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental on December 26, 2025, and was referred to Committee on Labor, Employment, Civil Service, and Human Resource Development on January 14, 2026 for necessary action. Madam Chair, considering that copies of this committee report has already been distributed earlier, I move to dispense the reading and subsequently move for the adoption of the same. And also move.
There was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-167-2026 on motion of Honorable Montes, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is 18-167-2026 is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-168-2026 by the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety.
Honorable Joson Dayanghirang is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. In behalf of the distinguished members of Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, this representation would like to render Committee Report number 18-168-2026. A letter from Ms. Arceline G. Cadiz, SB, Secretary of the Municipality of Manay, Davao Oriental, dated December 15, 2023, submitting Municipal Ordinance number 2025-21-08, entitled An Ordinance Establishing or Creating the Police Auxiliary Unit, or PAO, under the local PNP of the Municipality of Manay, Province of Davao Oriental, prescribing its qualifications and defining powers, duties, and responsibilities, and providing funds therefore. Honorable Presiding Officer, considering that all the members of this august body had already a copy of the said committee report, I move to dispense with the reading and subsequently move for its adoption. I also move.
There is a motion for the adoption of committee report number 18-168-2026 on motion of Honorable Jocelyn Dayang-Hirang, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said committee report is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-169-2026 by the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources.
Honorable Lipardo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This committee report number 18-169 series of 2026 is in relation to the communication number 18-161 series of 2025, a letter from the Honorable Nelson L. Dayang-Hirang, Governor of the Province of Davao Oriental, dated October 27, 2025, submitting a matter for urgent environmental and governance concern involving the mining operations of Hallmark Mining Corporation and Austral Asia Link Mining Corporation operating in Barangay Macambol, City of Mati, Province of Davao Oriental for appropriate action of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. In relation to the aforesaid referral, there were 2 committee hearings that were conducted by the Committee on Environment, particularly on November 12, 2025 and January 21, 2026. Honorable Presiding Officer, this committee report is quite lengthy, but a copy of this was already provided to all members as early as morning of yesterday. And I will be dispensing with the reading of the findings of the committee report, but allow me to read the recommendations before I would be moving for its acceptance. The recommendations made by the Committee on Environment are as follows. In view of the foregoing findings, the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources respectfully recommends, number 1, the rescission, revocation, and cancellation of all Sangguniang Panlalawigan resolutions expressing support for, granting social acceptability to, or approving the mining operations of Hallmark Mining Corporation and Austral Asia Link Mining Corporation in Barangay Macambol, City of Mati, and adjacent affected areas, considering that the operations of said entities are functionally interconnected, commonly managed, and similarly situated, and that the factual and legal basis for provincial endorsement have been materially undermined by environmental, non-compliance, and governance concern. Number 2, the formal withdrawal of provincial endorsement and support for continued mining operations of Hallmark Mining Corporation and Austral Asia Link Mining Corporation within the province of Davao Oriental. Number 3, the adoption of a Sangguniang Panlalawigan resolution formally recommending to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DNR, and the Mines and Geosciences Board, or MGB, the immediate suspension and eventual termination of the mining permits and related environmental clearances of Hallmark Mining Corporation and Austral Asia Link Mining Corporation for material violations of Republic Act 7942, Presidential Decree number 705, Republic Act 11038, and applicable environmental and regulatory laws. Number 4, the transmittal of this committee report and adopted resolution to the DNR, MGB, NCIP, DPWH, and other concerned national agencies for their information and appropriate regulatory action. And finally, number 5, such other action as may be necessary and appropriate to protect the environment, uphold the Constitution, preserve provincial fiscal and regulatory authority, and safeguard the welfare of the people of Davao Oriental. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I am now moving for the acceptance of this committee report number 18-169, series of 2026. I do so move.
There was a motion for the adoption and acceptance of committee report number 18-169-2026 on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried.
Next is Committee Report Number 18-171-2026 by the Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade, Industry, and Investment. This will be reported by the Honorable Ravelo.
Honorable Ravelo. Is Honorable Ravelo inside the session hall? Okay, if there is no objection, the chair would like to declare just a few minutes recess. Honorable Board Member Ravelo is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Honorable colleagues, I have here the committee report number 18-171-2026 from the Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade, Industry, and Investment, with subject communication number 18-247-2026. The communications coming from the City Government of Mati, forwarding City Ordinance number 651, Series of 2025, entitled An Ordinance Amending by Insertion, Deletion on Article 7, Section 50, 57, and 58 of the City Ordinance number 585, Series of 2024, an ordinance adopting the Enterprise Code of the City of Mati, Davao Oriental. The committee held a meeting last January 21, right, immediately after the session. Honorable Presiding Officer, honorable colleagues, I move to dispense with the reading of the whole content of this committee report and subsequently move for its adoption. I so move.
There was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report Number 18-171-2028 on motion of Honorable Ravelo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said committee report is hereby adopted by this council.
Next item is calendar of business. First, under calendar of business is unfinished business, none. Next is business for the day. First, under business for the day are two proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolutions number 18-245-2026 and 18-246-2026, both authored and sponsored by the Honorable John Erwin G. Montojo.
Honorable Montojo, you're recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, I have here two proposed resolutions. First is a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 04-07-11, Series of 2025 of the Sangguniang Bayan of the Municipality of Katiil, Davao Oriental, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Animal Bite Treatment Center under the Rural Health Unit of the Municipality of Katiil and providing funds thereof. Considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Bayan pursuant to Section 447 A1 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. I move for the approval of this said resolution, proposed resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-245 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution is hereby approved by this council. You may proceed.
Another resolution here, proposed resolution number 18-246-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 34, Series of 2025 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Tarragona, entitled An Ordinance Officially Naming the Local Government-Owned Health Facility as the Tarragona Rural Health Unit and defining its core and ancillary services considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Bayan pursuant to Section 447A1 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. I move for the approval of this said proposed resolution, Madam Chair.
There was a motion for the passage of Resolution number 18-246, Series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution is hereby approved by this council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-247-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr.
Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is proposed resolution 18-247-2026, entitled Resolution Confirming the Validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 26, Series of 2025, the Sangguniang Bayan of Tarragona, entitled An Ordinance Mandating the Provision of Separate and Clearly Marked Trash Bins for Proper Garbage Segregation in all establishments, businesses, private and government offices within the municipality of Tarragona, and providing penalties for violation thereof, considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Bayan pursuant to Article 3, Section 447 of Republic Act 7160. I would forego the reading of the necessary whereases and would directly go for the motion to approve the passage of proposed resolution number 18-247 series of 2026. I do so move.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-247, series of 2026. Motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-248-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Harold A. Montes.
Honorable Montes is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here proposed resolution number 18-248-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of City Ordinance number 660, series of 2025, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Positions of 1 Executive Assistant 3, SG 20, 2 Security Officer 3, SG 18, and 1 Security Officer 1, SG 11, under the office of the City Mayor, City of Mati, considering that the same is in accordance with the law. I move for the approval of this proposed resolution number 18-248-2026.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-248, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montes, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution is hereby approved by this council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-249-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Joson Michael G. Dayanghirang.
Honorable Joson Michael Dayanghirang is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move for the passage and the approval of the proposed resolution number 18-249, series of 2026, a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance number 2025-21-08 of Sangguniang of Manay, entitled An Ordinance Establishing or Creating the Police Auxiliary Unit or PAO under the local PNP of the Municipality of Manay, Province of Davao Oriental, prescribing its qualification and defining powers, duties, and responsibilities, and providing funds, therefore, subject to existing law, rules, and regulations relative thereto. I do so move.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-249, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Joson Dayanghirang, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution is hereby approved by this council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-250-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr.
Honorable Lepardo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is proposed resolution number 18-250 series of 2026, a resolution expressly rescinding, revoking, and canceling Sangguniang Panlalawigan Resolution number 14-76-03, series of 2015, entitled A Resolution Amending Sangguniang Panlalawigan Resolution number 14-53-03, series of 2015, by changing the title of the resolution, and the same as amended shall now be read as follows: a resolution favorably endorsing the declaration of mining project feasibility, DMPF, and tree cutting permit application of Australasia Link Mining Corporation and Hallmark Mining Corporation, both under the corporate organization of Asiaticus Management Corporation, or AMCOR, covering the area of Mineral Production Sharing Agreement, MPSA, approved by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, through the Mines and Geosciences Board, or MGB, located at Magum, Puhada Bay, and Salingkomot, Mati City, Province of Davao Oriental, withdrawing all provincial endorsement and social acceptability granted thereunder, and recommending to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and the Mines and Geosciences Board the immediate suspension and termination of permits of operation of subject mining projects. I would no longer be reading the necessary whereases, Honorable Presiding Officer, as all members have already received a copy of this proposed resolution morning yesterday, but would go immediately to the gist or the recommendation of this resolution by which this representation is trying to be approved. And if I may be allowed, may I read it? There are only 4 enumerations. Number 1, now therefore be it resolved as hereby resolved by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the Province of Davao Oriental in session duly assembled that, number 1, Sangguniang Panlalawigan Resolution number 14-76-03, series of 2025, a resolution amending SP Resolution 1453-03, 2025, by changing the title of the resolution, and the same as amended shall now be read as follows: a resolution favorably endorsing the declaration of mining project feasibility and tree cutting permit application of Australasia Mining Corporation and Hallmark Mining Corporation, both under the corporate organization of Asiaticus Management Corporation, covering an area of the Mineral Production Sharing Agreement approved by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources through the Mines and Geosciences Bureau, located at Magum, Puhada Bay, and Salingkomot, Mati City, Province of Davao Oriental, is hereby expressly rescinded, revoked, and cancelled. Number 2, all provincial endorsement, expression of support, and grants of social acceptability arising from or anchored on the said resolution are hereby formally withdrawn. Number 3, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and the Mines and Geosciences Bureau are hereby respectfully recommended to immediately suspend and thereafter terminate the mining permits, environmental compliance certificates, and related clearances of Australasia Link Mining Corporation and Hallmark Mining Corporation. And lastly, copies of this resolution, together with the committee report of the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, be transmitted to DNR, MGB, NCIP, DPWH, and other concerned agencies for their information and appropriate action. Honorable Presiding Officer, before I move for the passage of this proposed resolution, I am now ready to defend the said proposed resolution if there be questions coming from the members of this august body. Honorable Presiding Officer.
Are there any questions, clarifications with regards to this proposed resolution from the members of this august body? If there is none, you may proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. From our last session, Honorable Presiding Officer, we have agreed, as I manifested it, that the voting, particularly only for this proposed resolution, be done by way of a nominal voting. I would have the same request that all members present today be called so that they can register their vote whether they are in favor of this proposed resolution or not.
Okay. So I think, was there any objection? Is there any objection from the members with regard to the request of Honorable Lipardo? I believe there is none. So there is already a pending motion for the passage of resolution number 18-250 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Lipardo. And I would like to request the Secretary to facilitate the nominal voting of the members of this council.
The honorable members of this august body are requested to cast vote through a nominal voting. As many as are in favor for the passage of proposed resolution number 18-250-2026 shall say aye. As many as are opposed shall say nay. And kindly say something about your vote. We start with the Honorable Beverly M. Dayanan. Would
Proceed
you
to the
say
next.
something about your vote?
It is a discretion if they would like to say. If you'd like to explain your vote, you may. If you may just choose to cast your vote whether aye or nay, we can already proceed. So, aye. Let's register.
Honorable Harold A. Montes, Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr., Honorable Ana Cheryl N. Castro, Honorable Elijah Paul E. Palmahil, Honorable Maria Lady Hope J. Macaira, Honorable John Erwin G. Montojo, Honorable Ruche M. Ravelo, Honorable Jerome C. Dayanghirang, Honorable Joson Michael G. Dayanghirang, Honorable Eleuterio C. Manaytay, Honorable Presiding Officer, all the 11 members present voted in favor or in the affirmative side for the passage of proposed resolution number 18-250-2026.
Proposed resolution number 18-250 series of 2026 is hereby approved by this council.
Next item.
Next item.
Next item is proposed resolution number 18-252-2026. This will be presented by the Honorable Ravelo.
Honorable Ravelo is recognized.
Before I proceed, I'd like to congratulate the Honorable Chair of Madam Presiding Officer, the Honorable Chair of the Committee on Environment, and the rest of the committee members for having hurdled the several committee meetings and hearings, as well as coming up with those output. Congratulations. I have here, Madam Presiding Officer, I have here proposed resolution number 18-252-2026, a resolution returning to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Mati, Davao Oriental, the City Ordinance number 651, series of 2025, entitled An Ordinance Amending by Insertion, Deletion on Article 7, Section 50, 57, and 58 of the City Ordinance number 585, series of 2024, an ordinance adopting the Enterprise Code of the City of Mati, Davao Oriental, for whatever action deemed appropriate thereon, considering that the same is inconsistent with the provisions of City Ordinance number 585, series of 2024, enacted by its Sangguniang on January 9, 2024. I move to dispense with the reading of the whole content of this resolution, and subsequently move for the passage and its approval. I so move.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-252 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Ravelo, seconded by Honorable Palmahi. All members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution is hereby approved by this council.
Next item is unassigned business. Under unassigned business is the urgent request from the Honorable Governor, docketed as communication number 18-276-2026.
Okay. Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Considering that this communication is certified as urgent by the Honorable Governor, I move that we convert ourselves into a committee of the whole under suspended rules.
Okay, there was a motion presented by Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. We are now We are now a committee as a whole. We are now a committee as a whole under suspended House rules.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this will be handled by the Committee Chair on Health, the Honorable Montojo. May I request that he be recognized?
Honorable Montojo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. We have received a letter from the Honorable Governor Nelson Dayanghirang dated January 21st, 2026, addressed to the honorable members of this august body through the Vice Governor, Maria Glenda Monet Argaita, respectfully requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing him to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and in behalf of the province of Davao Oriental with Cure Philippines Incorporated, and the said agreement shall cover the provision of mobile screening leading to elective surgeries for children 18 years old and below and for older adults on an exceptional basis who are diagnosed with congenital conditions. And I believe everybody has received the copy of the letter, and before we convert back into
Plenary.
the committee, into plenary, I would be open for any questions or any suggestions on how we would deal with this.
Are there any clarifications, queries, or opinions coming from the members of this council? Is everyone in agreement with the passage of the legislation as requested under the said communication? If so, what is now the pleasure of the body? We are done with the discussions because I think everyone is in agreement for its passage. May we request the committee chair on rules for the conversion of the body back to plenary?
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I move that we convert back to the plenary under the same suspended rules.
Okay, there was a motion for the conversion of this body back to plenary on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Honorable Montojo is again recognized for the adoption of committee as a whole report number 18-170, the series of 2026.
Madam Presiding Officer, I have here Committee of the Whole Report number 18-170-2026, subject communication number 18-276-2026, a letter from the Governor Nelson L. Dayanghirang requesting the august body for the passage of a resolution authorizing him to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and behalf of the province of Davao Oriental with Cure Philippines. And the said letter was received by the SPSSO on January 23rd and certified as urgent by the Governor. The said agreement shall cover the provision of mobile screening leading to elective surgeries for children 18 years old and below and for older adults on an exceptional basis who are diagnosed with congenital conditions. It aligns with the provincial government's mandate to provide accessible quality health care services to indigent children aged 0 to 18 with congenital conditions as communicated in the urgent endorsement from the Governor's Office. Recommendation: Section 16 of the Republic Act 7160 states that every local government unit shall exercise the power expressly granted, those necessarily implied therefrom, as well as powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental for its efficient and effective governance, and those which are essential to the promotion of general welfare. Chapter 3, Section 465B1, 6 of the Local Government Code of 1991 states that the provincial governor, as the chief executive of the provincial government, shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations, and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan or pursuant to law or ordinance. In view thereof, the committee recommends the passage of a resolution authorizing the provincial governor to sign the memorandum of agreement for and in behalf of the provincial government of Davao Oriental with Cure Philippines Incorporated. Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of this Committee of the Whole report on suspended rules.
There is a motion for the adoption of the committee as a whole report number 18-170 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said committee of a whole report is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-251-2026. This will be presented by the
Honorable Montojo for the passage of the resolution.
Madam Presiding Officer, I have here proposed resolution number 18-251-2026, a resolution authorizing the Honorable Nelson L. Dayanghirang, Provincial Governor for and in behalf of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental, to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Cure Philippines Incorporated, represented by its Executive Director Philip L. Coles, relative to the program and services of Tibo Cure Children's Hospital of the Philippines to the 10 municipalities and 1 city of the province. I move for the approval of this proposed resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-251 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution is hereby approved by this council.
Honorable Chair, we have no more items to be tackled under suspended rules.
Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I move for an order that would lift the suspension of the rules.
Okay, there is a motion for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules. A motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried.
Next item is proposed ordinances for third and final reading. None. Next is consideration of other matters.
Okay, for other matters, yes, Honorable Ravelo.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officers. Officer, may I request the members of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation that will have a committee meeting immediately after this session. Thank you.
Please take note, members of the Committee on Finance, there will be a meeting after this regular session. Next, we are still under other matters. Are there any other member? Yes, Honorable Palmahil.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I would also like to request the members of the Committee on Housing, Rural and Urban Development and Land Utilization that we will be having a short meeting after this session. Also, the members of the Committee on Dangerous and Illegal Drugs. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Please take note, members of the Committee on Housing and Committee on Dangerous Drugs, committee meeting after this regular session. Yes, Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I'd like to request the members of the Committee on Local Government and Disaster Preparedness. We'll be having a short meeting right after our session. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, please take note, members of Committee on Local Government and Committee on Disaster Preparedness. A committee meeting will be held after this regular session. Are there other members? Yes, Honorable Montojo.
I would just like to ask my fellow board members, those who are interested to join the National Convention in March, if we could register early so I could help secure a hotel room at the Manila Hotel. Because late registrants usually are billeted in outside the venue. So if you could register early, let me know so I could let them also know. March 2 to 8, yeah, something first. Thank you very much.
Okay, please take note, all those interested to join the National PBMLP. Is it PBMLP National Convention on March? Please coordinate with the Office of Board Member Montojo. So are there other members? We are still under other matters. Other members for your announcements and other matters for discussion? If none, what is the next item?
Next is adjournment.
Okay, Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
I move to adjourn.
There is a motion for adjournment by Honorable Lipardo, seconded by all present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Session is hereby adjourned.